Hey there friends, how's it going? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and I have a little melody exercise lesson for you today. This is something a lot of you have asked for more of, so I'm giving it to you here, and today we're going to look at You Are My Sunshine, right? Totally classic, recognizable song. This is a song that uses 3 chords, super simple, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how you can look within the chord shapes you're using to find the melody notes that make up the song. So it allows you to take a song that normally you would just play with chords, right? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. And instead, you can play the chords, but at the same time, pick out those melody notes, right? My only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. You get the idea. And the point of doing this is you can do this with virtually every song you learn that has words especially, right? The words, the singing line is a melody. You can find those melody notes, and usually they're within the chords that you're playing anyway. So you have a great head start. You don't need to be a music theory wizard or any of that. So let's get into this one. I do have a worksheet. It's a Patreon PDF you can get. You can follow along. And the idea is I have all the chords written out for this little sequence. It's 8 measures. And you can write in, use what I teach you in this lesson. You follow along, or you can do it afterwards. You can write in the melody for yourself. I also have a little A major section at the bottom. It's like an appendix of different ways to look at the A major scale, whether you work in fretboard diagrams or whether you work in guitar tabs, whether you're interested in, the note names or the note intervals or whatever, it's all there for you. And I also do have a sheet music arrangement for You Are My Sunshine. You can buy this. Patreon members get 50% off. This is a 4-pager. Lyrics, chords, full tab, 2 different ways to play the melody, strumming patterns, chord progressions, all that stuff. It's a really complete thing, and I have a separate lesson for this song as well if you want to learn the song just straight up. But let's get into the melody exercise, because I trust you're going to find some very helpful stuff here for you to take away and apply to all kinds of stuff you play going forward. So let's do it. So in this video, again, I'm going to be using my iPad here, and I have the same PDF that you can download. And I'm just going to sort of be writing here, in real time, and that way I can zoom in and all that sort of stuff and sort of walk you through things in a very clear way. Okay, so let's start off at the very beginning here, right? This first section, right? This first measure. The idea here is when you see these little blue dots, what those mean are, they are 8th notes where there's going to be singing, right? And when I show you an example, you'll see exactly what I mean, right? 1 and 2 and 3. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. You get the idea, right? So the idea is wherever we see those blue dots, that's where we're going to need to write in the melody notes. Those are the 8th notes where the melody notes are being sung or played or whatever. So that sort of gives us a guide. Like we have to write one somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here, and somewhere here, right? Just for context, I'm not going to write this for all of the lyrics, but you are my sunshine. You get the idea, right? So that's basically what these blue dots mean. So let's get right to this, right? Let's find out the first melody note we're going to use. The trick I would use here, y'all, I would start off with look at where we're playing a chord anyway. We're playing an A major chord right there. You are my sun. So on the A major chord is where we're going to say the word sun. Immediately, let's look at the notes that are already in this chord, right? These 5 notes, and try to find one that matches what sounds like the right pitch for the word sun, right? You are my sun. This is great ear training, by the way. And don't be discouraged if this seems like impossible to you. Ear training is something you have to work on. You're not going to get better if you never work on it. So, you are my sun. Let's just play these individual notes while we're singing the word sun and see if we can find a match. You are my sun. Too low. You are my sun. Almost. You are my sun. You are my sun. Oh, the sun, sun, sun. You are my sunshine. I think we have a match right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to delete these things. I'm going to do a sort of circle this one. Actually, what I'm going to do is do a highlight on this one, and I'm going to write this other 2 right here, right? So that what I'm sort of declaring as my first guess here is you are my sun, is that this note and this note are that's the melody note. It's the 2nd fret on the 2nd string, right? This is a C sharp. Again, if we were to go down here, if we were curious, what is this 2nd note on the 2nd string? It's a C sharp, okay? So again, you don't need to know theory, but it is helpful to look at this. Likewise, you could see 2nd fret on, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, it's a C sharp, okay? So you get the idea. Now, let's work our way up to this. Let's work backwards, right? We know that this is our A major chord, right? sunshine. We know that sunshine is being played with that C sharp note, but what about these notes right here? What are these notes? Well, let's use common sense. Okay, you are my sun. Basically, are we coming down and sort of, like landing the plane here, or are we sort of coming up? What's the direction? Or are we coming totally parallel or whatever? You are my sun. So what my ear hears there is 4 notes. I guess maybe it's 3 notes. You are my sun. 4 notes that are all going up. It's like they're going up the steps, okay? And they're arriving at this note. Now, what are 3 notes that are below this one? In other words, if we started on this note and we just went down the steps backwards, that might give us the answer. Now, when I say down the steps backwards, what am I talking about? What notes am I talking about? Again, we could look at the A major chord that's already right here, We sort of play the notes, from going down like that. But does that work? You are my sun, you are... Wait, what is that? I started right here on this note and this note. If I do that, I'm deleting these because it's getting crazy. But if I did this note and this note, you are, that sounds like a match to me. So I'm going to erase that thing right there. I'm going to move this 2. I'm going to draw a 2. I'm going to draw another 2. Let's test it. It's like math. You solve for the variable and you put it back in the problem, see if it works. You are. That sounds like a match. Let's keep going up. Now, what is in between this note and this note? Right? You are. Because we need one more note. My. So what is this note? 2nd fret on the G string? Well, if you know your music theory, that's an A. Okay? And then we know that this is a C sharp. So if this is an A and this is a C sharp, what note is between them? Well, I'll ask you this. What alphabet letter is between them? Between A and C sharp. A and C. It's a B, right? So in the A major scale, that's going to be this one. Let's try it out. An open 2nd string is a B. You are my... what do we know? It's a match. So there we go. We have these 3 notes, which to me sound like the melody, right? Let's test it. You are my sunshine. I think that sounds good. So we're going to move on. And again, sometimes I'll say you think you solve it, then you come back to it. You listen again later to what you thought was correct, and you might have, been off by a third or something. So come back to things. Don't feel like you have to solve it perfectly. Do your best. Come up with your best guess. Move ahead, and then check your work as you go, right? Now, let's go over here. So you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. My only sunshine. For context, you are my sunshine, my only. So I can hear that we're almost staying on this note, and then we're going down to something, and then we're coming back. So my only son, my only son. It kind of sounds like we're doing that. This is just a directional sort of sketch to represent what the melody is doing. So I think that this note is going to be the same. So we're going to write that as the same note, and we have to go down, right? Sunshine, my... Now, if we went down from this note, where can we go? This is a C sharp note. We know that if you go down 1 tone, or semitone, I guess. No, I guess it's a tone. You go to this B. So we could try that. Sunshine, my own... Let's try if we go down to this one. What if we went down to this A? My own, my own. That's too far. I think we want to go down to this B. So let's undo those. And my own. And then we're going back up. My only. Yeah, if you go right back to where you started, it sounds good. Whoops, I didn't mean to erase that, but it's all good. So, sunshine, my only... Sun, my only sun. So on sun, again, the word's going to be up here. Let's look for a note that's already in this A. My only... Oh, that's it. That's it. The 3rd string. It sounds perfect. My only son. And then let's check our work. So I'm going to delete this one. And I'll actually delete that too. I'm going to use the orange color to denote the melody notes. So let's check it. Check our work. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. And it repeats. That note repeats. I can already hear it. So we have our 2. I hate when I draw 2s like that, so I'm going to remedy that situation. Okay. So we have this first phrase. We're feeling good, right? And I give you a hint that a lot of what we're going to do from here on out uses kind of what we already just started doing. So we've made more progress than you might suspect. So this next phrase, you make me happy, happy, right? You make me happy. So it sounds like we're rising up. You make me happy. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. I'm going to make a guess that this is going to repeat. This note's going to repeat. You make me happy. Okay, so if we're going to go from this note and we need to go up, how high? Let's solve for happy. I think that's a good thing to do. You make me happy. So go to the D and just play the notes. Happy, happy. Oh, that note right there. Second fret on the thinnest string. That sounds happy. Oh, actually. Okay, so I'm just finding that this note right here and this note right here sound really good for happy. But is happy going up or is it going down? It's going up. Happy, happy. So let's try doing happy. And then over here, do this. You make me happy. I think that sounds really good. So let's pencil that in for now. This is like Sudoku sometimes. You got to pencil it in, test it, see how it works. But we got to do these notes too right here. Figure out what those are. You make me happy. So this is an A. This is a D, and this is an F sharp. So there's some notes we're missing here, right? So we know that the next. So if we could look further down the page. A, B, C sharp, D, and we could figure out where they are. So if I know that a B, so you, A, B, C sharp, D, you make. If we do this, it's too much. So it's got to be less than that. Now what is less than the D? We could go to the C sharp. Let's try that. You make. Now we're running out of notes there. How about you? Let's go to the B again. How about the B? See how that sounds. You make. And then what's after the B? The C sharp? 2. You make me happy. I think that it sounds very promising. Let's write it neatly to symbolically represent we're confident in this guess. Not that it's a pure guess. We're kind of using some logic here. Let's get rid of these and these and these. Okay, so let's test it from the beginning. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. I think that's a success. Let's keep going. When skies are gray. So again, let's solve for the chord. We have the chord, let's solve for it. Happy when skies are gray. Yeah, second string, this one's it. Right here. Gray, gray, gray. Happy when skies are gray. So we're walking down the steps again. When skies are gray. And it sounds like that first step is starting here. You notice how this song does this thing where each phrase kind of ends and then it that note carries into the next phrase. Isn't that pretty cool? I just kind of noticed that now, which is funny. So if this is a phrase and this is a phrase and this is a phrase, notice how the first and last note of each phrase connects to the prior phrase, right? Those little patterns are super helpful. But nevertheless, we got to solve this. Happy when skies are gray. So let's walk it down. So what is the next note down from this F sharp? Oh, I happen to know it's an E because the E is so da 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 da. Happy when skies are. So if we do open string, this is an E. Again, if you know your major scales, this helps. You don't need to. And then if this is a C sharp, again, between E and C in the alphabet is what letter? It's D. Okay? Now it could be a D sharp because the way music works is funny sometimes. But again, every major scale has one of each of the 7 letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Sometimes they're sharp or flat, but you can always count on every scale having a B, if it's a major scale at least, right? Let's test this. Happy and skies are gray. I think that sounds good. I think that sounds good. So let's mark it 8, dude, and close that. And you make me happy when skies are gray. I think we're in good shape. Let's keep on going. You'll never know, dear. You wait. So when I say you'll never know, dear, check this out. We're going on an A. We're going up the steps to a D. Didn't we already do that? We did. Look. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear. Right? This looks like the same thing we already did. So let's just kind of see if we can be efficient here and just test this. Will this work if I just copy? I mean, you know, obviously you can't do this on pen and paper, but you get the idea. If we played the same melody notes, and what does it resolve to? Over here, you'll never know, dear. No, dear. So let's test this out. Let's write this word in for context. No, dear. Okay, so again, we're gonna test this. You'll never know, dear. Does this work? Again, because we already had something that sounded like this melody over here, we're just testing it out, because lots of times songs just reuse the same melodic phrases. When skies are gray, you'll never know, dear. It works. How much I love you. Again, have we played that phrase already? How much I love you. You make me happy when skies are gray. Well, we kind of did over here. When skies are gray. So let's copy this. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. How much I love you. Actually, let's just do this and let's not copy it. Let's go do it old school. Solve for the chord. How much I love you. How much I love. That could be it. Second string. Love. How much I love. I think that's it. Second string. Second string, second string, second fret. That sounds like our note. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Love you, love you. We're going down. Love you. So is it in the scale or is it a B? This is a B. Love you, love you. That sounds wrong. So what's under the B? It's going to be the A, which is the second fret on the third string. Let's try that. Love you. Yep, that's going to work. Okay, so we need to solve for these now. Okay, doing a little working backwards here. Not really. Yeah, I guess it's working backwards. You'll never know, dear, how. Again, doing that thing where the phrase starts with the note that the last phrase ended with. How much I love you. Didn't we already do this? We did. Maybe we did after all. Right up here. Remember? So this is F sharp to E to D. Let's try that again. We already have our F sharp. Let's do a E. Let's do a D. And let's test it. Know, dear, how much I love you. I think that works perfectly. We're in good shape. Let's delete the words. Well, let's keep the words actually, because we kept them before. Okay, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. We're almost done, y'all. Let's get to it. So please don't take my sunshine away. And this is going to have something new here because we have this E major chord. So please don't take my So I had this as take my sunshine away. Okay, so I have taking up 2 syllables. It's just the way I wrote it up here, how I roll, I guess. So let's solve for take. So please don't take. Second fret, second string, sounds good. Once again, take my sun. Play the E chord, start with the whole chord. Which note in here it sounds like it's for sun? Sun. Take my sun. Open second string. Open second string. That's a B again. Sunshine away. What's the last note? Away. Third string, second fret. Da-da-da-da-da. So take my sunshine away. So now we have the chords. Let's solve for the notes in between. Okay. So first up, how much I love you, so please don't take my sun, take my sun, take my sun, shine away. That's kind of what it's doing, like trajectory wise, right? So please don't take, so please don't take. That kind of sounds like you are my sun, you are my sun, so please don't take. I think what we already did here is going to work perfectly. So let's just be efficient and copy it. Again, this is super common. I said it before, I'll say it again. Melodies and songs often will repeat parts of themselves, right? Like they're not going to necessarily rewrite things every time and have something unique every time. So please don't take my son, say. So if we're on this C sharp note, second fret of the second string, again, learn your major scale. What's after C sharp? Into A scale, it's D, right? And if you know your fretboard, at least your open chord fretboard, D is the third fret of the second string. Take my. All I'm doing there is just take my son. I think that works. Take my sunshine away. So, right here, sun, shine, and it goes up a little bit. So what is, if we're on that open second string, sunshine, so let's repeat the second string once, as is the modus operandi of this song. Sunshine, what's one note higher in the A major scale than this note? This is a B, it's a C sharp, which is the second fret. Let's test it. Sunshine away. Okay, so y'all, I think we have the whole thing. Let's test it. Again, make sure it works. And I'll tell you this. I've made lots of lessons, over 400 lessons on YouTube. I have gotten things wrong. Like after days of practice, I'll learn I'm practicing the wrong thing. Even for Imagine by John Lennon, when I did a lesson for that one a couple years ago, and I recently in the past like couple months realized that I taught the riff. I was hearing the wrong melody notes with my ear in that initial riff. I didn't hear that he was playing a flat seventh, because I didn't understand you could deviate from the major scale, which John Lennon is doing. Anyway, let's test this out. I think that sounds pretty good. And what we can do, and this is the fun part, is we can now bring in those full chord strums wherever we have chords, okay? And here's the trick. Well, I'm going to show you this. When you're doing a full chord strum, don't play the note that is higher in pitch than the melody note. We're not going to play this note. We're not going to play these notes. We're not going to play these notes. You can play them if you want, but you don't want to steal the thunder of the melody note. And the way I'm not an expert with audio engineering or audio perception, how we hear things, but I think the things that are highest in pitch sort of like stand out to our ear. So by doing what we're showing here, it's going to make sure the melody notes that are highlighted sound the best. So check this out. Got it? And the cool part is, from there, you could get a bit sloppy and dirty and loose with your strumming. Right? Just kind of being a bit obviously reckless with my strumming there, but whatever style of play you want, you can sort of use this as your foundation. You know the chords, you know the tonalities, you know the melody notes now. You can add whatever else you want on top. You can add additional strums, you could add additional bass notes. Yeah, you could do all kinds of stuff. I was practicing this earlier. You could do a pulsing bass note. a great Travis picking exercise. Kind of rough my way through that one, but you get the idea, right? So I hope this was helpful for you. Again, get this worksheet at my website, Patreon folks. You got this in your email already. Head on over to playsongnotes.com. It's lesson 411. You search for that. It'll give you a link to the Patreon page. Use my official site, again, playsongnotes.com. Also, if you want to learn this song, again, with the lyrics, with the strumming, I'll show you some basic strumming, some more advanced strumming, some alternating bass note strumming. I got the melody notes written up. I got the lyrics. I got the all kinds of stuff. You can buy this. It's lesson 410 at my website, playsongnotes.com. It'll link over to music notes where you can buy the licensed sheet music for it. But again, I wanted to make both of these because this is such a fun song. This one came in by request, the Johnny Cash version of this song. And I wanted to show you this melody exercise that I think is so helpful to do. It's a good skill to have. So I hope this is helpful. I'm going to leave you to it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what other songs you might want to hear melody notes for. Melody note, in a lesson like this. And if this is helpful for you, let me know. If you want to see more of this, let me know. I'm always curious what people are interested in. So I'm excited to have this one done. I'm going to edit it down, get it out there to y'all. So see you next time. And until then, all the best. Bye-bye.